Jeremy here. Welcome to another episode of Do It on a Unicycle. Today I'm going to be teaching you how to juggle on the unicycle. But before we get started, I want you to keep in mind that this is not going to be a tutorial on how to ride the unicycle, because YouTube has plenty of those. Nor is it a tutorial on how to juggle, because YouTube also has plenty of those. What I am going to show you is how to break down each skill so that when you put them together, you will be able to juggle on the unicycle effectively, like this. And who knows, maybe someday break a world record. Okay, let's start with the juggling. I suggest that you can make about 50 to 100 throws before you start these practice techniques.
First, try juggling while you are doing something that requires your attention, such as watching TV or YouTube. Or try having a conversation.
So then he told me, well, why don't you just do it on a unicycle?
Wait, he wanted you to do what on a unicycle?
Pro tip! When you're juggling, you don't need to look at your hands. You only need to see the peak of the balls. This will really come in handy later. Try to juggle while you're doing something physical, but something that does not require a lot of balance, such as walking on a treadmill, or a stair stepper, or an elliptical, or a stationary bike. Or, if you really want to challenge yourself, you can try juggling on a Jenga platter. But if you don't have access to any of these things, or your gym frowns upon juggling, then you can simply just walk around while you're juggling. Just make sure that you're juggling in a controlled manner and not chasing after the balls. Pro tip! Juggle with your elbows at your side. This will prevent your shoulders and arms from getting tired. Next, slowly increase your balance skills while juggling by trying to juggle while standing on one foot, standing on your toes, or maybe even try standing on one foot on your toes.
Really, the main idea here is that you're doing things that require your attention and balance while you're juggling, so that eventually it just becomes second nature and you can do it without even thinking. Alright, so now let's move on to the unicycle. I really suggest that you can ride about 400 meters and free mount comfortably before you try these practice techniques.
You want to be able to ride the unicycle without having to use your arms to help you balance. Ways you can practice this are by riding with your hands in a prayer position, holding hands with someone while you are riding, try to hug yourself while you are riding. Then, when you feel like you are ready, try putting them together. Things may not go perfectly, but the better you are at the previous techniques that I have shown you, the less frustrating this will be. Pro tip! When you are juggling while riding, try to watch the pattern in your periphery instead of looking directly at it so you can focus on where you're going.
If you're not great at first, try not to get discouraged and enjoy the process and practice, practice, practice. Oh, and try to ignore the comments.
Hey, nobody told me the circus was in town.
Pro tip! Always ride with headphones on, even if you aren't going to listen to music. That way people will be less likely to say things to you.
Well, that's it. I really hope that this helps you in your journey in learning how to juggle on the unicycle. Hope to see you in the record books. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Do it on a unicycle.